You're making yourself up a frame out of angle iron or something. This is a piece of aluminium just to demonstrate, and you want to bend it at 90 degrees. So you cut a slot out, and when you bend the thing up, you haven't taken enough out, so you take a bit more out. And when you bend it further, you find you've got a gap. Sound familiar? Well, perhaps you're making a very common mistake. And here I've marked what you should do is work out the thickness of the material, draw a baseline, and then draw your 45 degree to a right angle, and you've done it right the first time. I have a couple of exposed light fittings like this in my porchway roof, and that greatly adds to my collection of insects. So I thought, well, I've got enough, so I decided to put a cover on these, and a very cheap, simple solution I found was to find yourself a suitable sized jar, cut a hole in the lid, screw on the collar, back goes the bulb, on goes the jar. This is my Wyvern low voltage stabilised power supply. I've got the circuit for this. I'll check whether it's copyright or no. It's by John R. Green, BSc, G3WVR. Obviously a ham, and a really lovely little circuit. I've had it for several years now, been beautifully made. I didn't make it. But well, not a problem, but the voltage goes to about 30 volts, I believe, and it's on this little meter here, which is not very handy for getting exact measurements. So I usually couple up another meter so I can see exactly what I've got. So you can see there we've got something like 5 volts, and this one has hardly moved. It is accurate, but we really want something a little bit better than that. So I sent off for one of these. Just pan back a bit. I sent off for one of these little jobbies, a 4-digit voltage readout. Just 3 wires, one the sensor and 12 volts across the others. £1.98 I think it was, post free from China. Got it through the post today. 2.5 days. How can they do it? How do they? It's incredible, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to fit this in there. One of the best tips I've ever given is take your time. Got in a bit of a rush doing this one and ended up putting a bit of a scratch on the face, which I'm rather annoyed about. But as you can see, I've removed the neon mains on indicator. Didn't need it with this, and it's superb, really superb. So much better than this arrangement. So all in all, I'm very pleased with that. And well, just to pad this video out a bit, get rid of that, make it worthwhile that I put the tripod up. I bought this at a boot sale. I'd buy all sorts of silly things. It's a Serpent label printing outfit number 3. Only paid a couple of quid for it. But I wonder if you're getting on a bit like me, you'll probably remember the old machines that stood on railway station platforms, and you put a penny in and you got a strip of aluminium. I think they were for luggage addressing, and you did a big dial A, B, C, D, F, G and pushed a lever and it embossed the... Well, this works on the same principle, and there's a wheel here. Let me see if I can get in a bit. Go we come down. Whoops. It doesn't show it too well. I don't know. No, the lighting's not so wonderful. But you've got A, B, C, D on this dial, on a pointer, and then pan back a little. And that works on a cantilever arrangement, and here we have a dial, so I guess the tapes had teeth on them, or sprockets or something which moved the dial round every time you did a letter. Anyway, I don't know how old it is, but judging from the packaging, Suttons and Sons, the Royal Seed Establishment, Reading. Seed Establishment, oh that's interesting. Comprising number 3 label machine, 25 5/2 inch and 25 7-inch blanks, and 1 tube of white paste with full instructions. Well, I haven't got the instructions. But I suppose that's the forerunner of the Dino tape, embossing plastic tape. I mean, even they're old hat now. But it's a nice piece of engineering and something else to go in the drawer. While I was looking, and as I say, I keep buying these silly things. I mean, when I kick the bucket, you're going to have to get a skip. When I was looking in, oh here, when I was looking in the drawer, I made this up. Oh, it's a bit scratched and old now, but it's made out of perspex and plexiglass, and you can see what I've done. It's a get-in shot. You've got to try and get all the little doodahs in their docking areas. Now you know why I'm mad.